for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule, that guy, D-Mac, Darren McCarty, here in the house. We got KG. KG, what's really good?
Still the Lions. I'm choosing to be on the optimistic side of things.
100%. Why wouldn't you be?
We got some conversations to have.
No,
If
for
the
sure.
vibe in the studio is any indication, I sense some tension in the air.
No.
We're going to get there. Speaking of that, Spencer Raxter in the building.
Hello.
Spenmo,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm good.
Better than yesterday, man. He was taking it hard yesterday. Pause.
Yesterday, yeah, big pause. Yeah, yesterday was rough, man. It's like these injuries are killing me, dude. I feel so bad for the guys. I feel so bad for Lee McNeil and David Montgomery. Seeing, Carlton Davis could be back by championship weekend, hopefully, so that's good news. But seeing like Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery posting on social media about it, it's sad, man.
It is.
You know what? Here's the thing. And somebody, where were you in all capitals? Mike Willett is D-Mac scared, not stoked. No. What it is it's just this, take this mourning period. And it's not about the team.
Yeah.
Because the team, I'm with Kenny, positive. They have not given us any reason. Yes, there are flags and guys down and everything you're speculating. But this team, in my opinion, to me at least, has earned to at least show me that you can't get it done. The mourning or the disappointment is the fact that, as Coach Campbell has said, we lost guys that are important that got us here. So I feel a little bit bad for the Carlton Davises, obviously the Lee McNeils, the guys, right, are studs that their season's over. David Montgomery, I mean, it's got to be a shock to the system. So I think my mourning, Neil, is more of, yes, it sucks for the team, but, these guys are a big part of this team and what they've done this season to get us to this point. But it's next man up. So it's more or less just having some compassion for the human beings, but as the athletes and moving forward to this team, no. Have they not earned this? If any team has earned this is one loss. And you know what? Every now and then you need to face adversity and get punched in the face, and we will see how the rest of them react. I mean, I don't understand. It is your prerogative to whatever, but if you want to say this is the end of the world and the sky's falling, as so to speak, I don't see it that way. I see it a lot more difficult to what you want to accomplish, but you still got pros in there, and I got to give you the benefit of the doubt, because what hasn't changed is who your coordinators are, who your coaches are. They got to dig deep to find it out, and I think that after watching last night's game, going into this week, this is the perfect opponent. It's a perfect opponent. Because if you are going to get right...
Wait a minute.
If you are going to get right...
Against the number one overall pick and a generational talent?
If you're going to get right, this is what I want to see it. This week. Do you not agree? It could be so much worse.
For sure. Young Justin in the building. Now you're a Michigan fan today. Now that Western took it on the chin in the bowl... We're off the Western
they
thing.
put up a better fight than they was expected. So, I did tune in. It was a rough watch. I'll just say that.
All right, there it is. No, but we are locked. We are loaded. We are ready to go. You guys are ready to go in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there as well. Get your thoughts in there, and we're going to do it. On brand, we're going to talk to Dr. Pierce, 11:14, right?
Yep, second segment.
Second segment, Dr. Pierce. I don't know what to say to the man. Open forum for Dr. Pierce.
All you have to do today is say, "Hey, Doc, what's going on?
Yeah.
What do you think of the Lions situation?" And then we will sit back and just listen. And I think Spenny wrote it here, which is the question I would ask: which one hurts the most? And I want to know which guys. So I guess it's not like who's done. Right, we know Aleem's done, we know Montgomery's done, but who can we look to see that we might be able to get back? So Carlton Davis, Anzalone, all those guys, like just some reassurance. This is when we got to lean on the docs in times like these. So thank God we have Doc Pierce.
We're going to have to lock him in the building, man. We had to emergency call him yesterday just to break everything down, man. It's crazy.
But that's
shout out to Doc,
but
man.
think about it, and for all the fans out there, and all that's what Woodward Sports is all about, and that's what we bring to you. So to have somebody that we can ask questions to, because Neil, to be perfectly honest, like this ain't your bag, this ain't my bag, to whatever like this. I have history with Doc Pierce and know what he's meant to me personally, my family, me. But I always ask him anything injury wise to see what his perspective is, because he covers the gambit.
D-Mac, but I don't even know like where to start with the man.
So you don't need to let him go. This is his This is professional, and I'm sure he's going to come in here with a whole long list, because it's not, there's different injuries. I mean, how many times was anybody else when Carlton Davis broken jaw? Like, I guess it got me thinking. I would expect maybe to hear more broken jaws in the NFL than I do, because that's not. Like the ACLs, the MCLs, the strains, the break, stuff like that. But a broken jaw, you don't really see that often, do you?
Yeah, because of helmets. I mean, it's not supposed to happen, but I guess if you get hit the right way or underneath, it's very possible. So.
And it's amazing that some of these quarterbacks, some of the hits that they take, or there's not, like with some of the hits, that there aren't more broken jaws. That's all that I got out of it.
Woodward Sports Chat thread, as we said, jump into there, get your thoughts out there. And Anthony Woods, Vegas didn't want the Lions to go all the way and put a hit out on Detroit. And they're ruining everybody's money.
Hey, oh my God. Did you see the Montgomery stat?
I did. I sent it.
Did you see the most Vegas? And you wonder why Vegas keeps building casinos.
Yeah.
And what I'm referencing, Spenny, did you see it? David Montgomery's season stat over in Vegas was 775.5. He went out of the game gaining 4 yards in the last game, injured with Neil.
775.
Damn. Okay. Like, no. With everything going on, and to me, that's like the conspiracy theory. There's got to be. Where's the Vegas conspiracy theory out there? Let's go.
No.
Did that not like
that one was startling.
As the get right guru, Neil.
It definitely tracks.
Doesn't that one like that blew me away? I don't know.
No, it was something.
Sorry
Let's just
for
say
everybody
it like
who missed their over by a half.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas always wins, man. That they always win.
I had my first Neil moment on the weekend.
Yeah, I wanted to hear about that.
Yes, please. This would be a great segment because we're going to be overloaded. So, yes, little backs. Let me segue this.
Just to set this up a little bit, Spenny officially got old instantly.
Yeah, it was
instantly.
I can't wait
Friday.
Tomorrow he's going to start drinking scotch.
Yeah, it was on Friday.
Break it down for us.
All right, so on Friday's leg day for me, and I go to the gym in between my shows on Friday, so I can go to Coonan after the show on Friday. So I leave the studio at 1, I go to the gym.
That's so Neil right there, bro.
Yeah,
it is.
Exactly.
Is that your Neil moment?
No, my Neil moment is when I'm coming back from the gym. Because I get to the gym at like 1:30, I get out at like 3:20, and I'm driving home. And there's, the buses, the school are out, and they're buses dropping kids off at their stops.
Did you boo them?
I didn't boo them. But the one thing that pissed me off, that I looked at it, and I was like, this has nothing to do with me, but it just pisses me off. It's soft, and it's making our children lazy. Parents that drop off and pick up their kids from the bus stop. From the bus stop.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now we're not talking 5-year-olds.
No, we're talking high school age kids. That means you're either waking up and driving them just to the bus stop. Like, what do we just drive them all the way if you're going to be up and driving them anyways? Just drop them off at the school. You're dropping them off 2 blocks from your house. You need to drive them 2 blocks. Like, that is ridiculous. Either you're close enough to walk. I walk to school every day from first grade all the way to my senior year. Either you walk all the way
uphill with snow,
or you just walk to the bus stop. Like, don't drop them off at the bus stop. That's embarrassing. That's making them soft. They can walk 2 blocks to go get picked up by the bus to go the rest of the way.
Go Blue.
No lies detected,
Go
Spenny.
Blue. He's screaming at us right now. I was just talking to my wife about this, making these kids soft.
It was crazy. I saw 5 cars lined up at one bus stop. And I already have to deal with this shit because I live right across the street from the school. So 3 o'clock on a weekday is already a shit show to try to pull into my driveway because you stupid fucks that park right in front of my driveway to pick up your fat kids that can't walk home. It pisses me off already. But 5 cars lined up at a bus stop. And it's not negative degrees outside. It was like 40 degrees.
Yesterday was one of those days where I say if it was like this, if this was as bad as it got, I would take it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't complain.
Yeah.
But it's not.
I said that too, and I said if it wasn't wet, we could have golfed
Couldn't believe it.
yesterday.
Yeah.
If I would have the gall to wake up one of my parents and say, "Hey, Mom, can you drive me to the bus stop?" She would have slapped me across the face and went back to sleep. Are you kidding me? How do you even ask your parent? How are you a kid and have the balls to ask your parent, "Hey, I know you got to work in probably like 40 minutes, but can you drive me 2 blocks to the bus stop?" That's
You'd be
ridiculous.
surprised, these kids these days, man.
Spencer Raxter will be drinking scotch by Thursday.
Yeah.
By Thursday, he'll be drinking scotch.
It was ridiculous. There were 5 cars lined up on the corner of the street, and for the bus stop. Insane, insanity.
Tommy K in the chat. That's some preschool-ish. It is.
It really is.
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's
Like if you have to worry about him walking out into the middle of the street,
yeah,
you should drop
Right.
him off and stuff like that. But yeah, you're junior high, you're upper elementary.
get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah, just walk.
I
home.
was the captain of the safety thing at my elementary school.
Had the
Crossing
belt,
guard.
the
Yeah,
neon
had
belt.
the belt, the
Yeah.
neon belt. I used to make sure those kids got across the street when they were walking to school.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The
You
safety
really-
patrol just means nothing anymore.
No, I
Benny,
don't.
do you have to sign too?
No, I did. My
Oh.
dad was a crossing guard for because he had Mondays off
Yeah.
because he was a mailman. Monday was his off day, Sunday and Monday, so he'd be the crossing guard on Monday.
Do you ever have to save a kid from a car or anything?
I did hold the kid back one time. He would have got smoked. A dog got hit by a bus when we were I was doing my safety patrol. I had all the kids stop. Dog just comes screaming by. I went to grab for it. It was too fat.
Damn.
Man, that was traumatizing.
John effing Lord. Spenny, does it grind your gears?
It does grind my gears. That does grind my gears. That's like
It grinds my
Some white
gears.
Air Monarchs
yeah,
tomorrow?
That's ridiculous.
And jean shorts?
I just can't believe it.
No, that's valid, Spenny. I used to walk to school as a 3rd grader all the way until I had to go to high school, because the school wasn't a half mile away anymore.
You didn't just Uber?
No, I did not Uber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your maid didn't drive you?
Yeah.
No,
Did they take you in the Jaguar when they did drive you to school?
no.
Okay, I'm
The
just
only
asking.
person that ever drove me to school was my sister when we went to high school.
Jibs
And your family
dropped
helper,
him off.
Svetlana.
Svetlana.
You wish
family
you could come
helper.
over and meet
Oh,
Svetlana.
real quick, too,
would.
because we got to take the break because Dr. Pierce is going to join us in a little bit. Terry Foster will be in studio at 12:30 today.
Oh, awesome. Did you talk about Black Santa?
Black Santa.
Oh, Black Santa special.
We were gonna because I'm leaving tonight.
jet
Oakland
plane.
plays at LCA against Michigan State. Then we're going to Cleveland. Then I go to Hawaii. So I'm gonna be out for a little bit.
Oh, you poor thing.
Well, man,
When are you going to Hawaii?
what's that?
When do you leave for Hawaii?
Friday.
How long have you gone there?
Till we get back. We leave the 26th on Hawaii. When we get back, it's the 27th here.
Okay, so what Hawaiian cocktail? Are you thinking of a beach cocktail or anything special going out there? Has that crossed your...
I have been thinking about it a little bit. I have golf lined up for the 21st.
Nice.
So, we're gonna see. We're gonna
right.
see what we're feeling like. We may break protocol and have a pina colada. We may do that. But Black Santa update 12:30.
Yes.
So it's what it fits. Go Blue. I was just talking about this with my wife, making them kids soft AF.
It's crazy.
Hey, Don't use a soft sports book then, everybody. That's right. Caesar Sportsbook is the official sports book of Woodward Sports. Use promo code Woodward1000. Make your first deposit. Make your first bet. If your first bet loses, you'll get it back as a free bonus bet, everybody. Yes, that is true. The app is elite. It's top tier. Of course, it's going to be top tier. It's Caesars. If you're off the Lions bandwagon, then bet the Eagles to win the Super Bowl then. Bet the Vikings. They're almost 5-1 to win the division. Bet the Vikings to win the division. You believe in them, right? They're so close. They're so close to the Lions right now. They play the Jaguars every week. Why not? Go ahead and do it. Use the code Woodward1000, Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
1800 Tequila is the official tequila of the Watch Party and postgame show here on Woodward Sports. They're also a proud partner of the Pride, a proud partner of the Detroit Lions. You can see they got the black theme bottles right there. And make sure you get into a liquor store near you. They've got them in stock. If they don't, just tell them to order it. They'll have them shortly. 1800 Tequila, the smoothest taste of tequila. Please drink responsibly.
All right, keeping it pushing here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We've got a full squad in the house. Chase is here hanging out, KG, Spencer, Young, Justin. And, of course, it is Tuesday. And we move around this man's schedule because he is the man of the hour right now. Of course, he is Dr. Jeff Pierce of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center, as he will join us coming up in just a couple of seconds. We got him now, Spencer?
Yep,
all right, let's welcome him in. Dr. Jeff Pierce, Michigan Sports and Spine Center. He's in the limo right now, as a matter of fact, I think. And, hey, Doc, usually, Doc, we have this thing where we say, hey, let's touch on this. We're going to talk about that. Doc, I got nothing for you, man. What do we do here?
You got nothing for me. We got a full house. We got a bigger roster in the rehab department than we do on the weight room.
What's the one, Doc? I mean, what's the one? I guess. Is there anybody coming back? I don't know what to ask you, Doc. I don't. I mean, I've never seen this before.
Dude,
You've been around sports.
I thought you'd be firing at me today.
No, but Doc, real quick, medically, you've been around sports a long time. You've never seen anything like this, right?
No, we talked about this the last couple of weeks, and just the addition of the new players, 3 more or 4 more on Sunday. No, we got to be breaking that record too. I mean, we've broken a lot of Lions records. This is not one we should be proud of. But hey, if we still win the Super Bowl with all these injuries, hats off to that team and that locker room. That's my positive spin today.
Well, I guess that's a great segue, Doc, because can you give me anything positive? For real. You got anything positive to say?
We had a few players come back last week, and, McNeil unfortunately went out with that's our worst injury of the day on Sunday, but I'm the guy with the glass half full, and I'm struggling. I feel you. I feel all the viewers. I feel Detroit. But we're not turning over. We're not done. We're here. We got guys stepping up. Montgomery, there's no final word on Montgomery. And if we want to talk the injuries for a second, The medial collateral ligament, there's some players that will get to the end of the year with that and have it fixed in the off season. I think that's just a testament to how strong is he, what is he going to look like. It's a lot of that lateral movement. Unfortunately, Montgomery does a lot of pivots and moving around, so that MCL is a little bit more important for him than some of the other players. Can that be wrapped in secret sauce? It's possible. I'd like to see the MRI. Initially it wasn't a complete tear. I still don't know if it's a complete tear, what they're explaining, but can he get by? That's possible. McNeil, obviously that's a complete ACL tear. He's out. And the fracture, obviously he's out. Some of the guys coming back, like Alex should be able to come back with that wrapped up cast, we're hoping. Hutchinson, we always love to talk about and build that illusion that he could potentially get there before the 4-month mark, but that's going to be really hard to say too.
Hey,
so
Doc, my question on Carlton Davis and the broken jaw in football. We, in hockey, and I've seen it, and I go back to it, Zdeno Chara, captain of the Boston Bruins, on their last cup run, played in the finals with a broken jaw. And I know guys in hockey have put visors on and stuff like this. In football with Carlton Davis, is this something that, because it's such a physical game, he's got to take the 6 weeks, it will be healed, and then he can get back? Or is this something that he could be back sooner than that? How does a broken jaw, and why don't we see more of these in football?
It's an unusual hit. You don't see it because of the helmet. That helmet protects you all the way down to the jaw. It looked like he just got hit from underneath at the right angle. Again, we got bad vectors. We could do physics classes on the type of fractures we've had and injuries of what's going on. Maybe we'll do that sports science stuff later, but with a jaw, it usually gets wired. So that means there's wired support, kind of like, we put steel plates in. A lot of times with the healing and we build up an extra amount of protection around it. He might be possible come playoff time, getting into that 4 to 6 week period. I think that's just a matter of how the x-rays look and what risk factors he was willing to take. There's no special secret sauce to get him on the playing field, but we can try to get him healed up a little bit quicker. But we're just in a time frame right now that we're just running out of time with these players. We should start seeing some of the early injuries starting to come back. There's a bigger need as we're moving forward towards, playoff time. But I think as hopefully we'll clinch our division, we're going to let these guys heal as long as possible.
Talking with Dr. Pierce here, as we do every Tuesday, being a good sport about it, joining us on the road, mobile right now, mobile Dr. Pierce season, everybody, just like Jared Goff mobile season is here as well. Doc, I want to back up to the Alex Anzalone thing. You're talking about broken arms, broken forearms, things like that. I guess, and you can't answer this in definites, but I'm desperate for something here. How effective do you think he'll be? Your best guess? With the broken forearm, you're a linebacker in the NFL. Seems to be a pretty important component of the things that you need to do out there on the field. How effective do you think he can be? He had this thing surgically fixed. Again, just how risky, I guess it would be, because it's all hands on deck. Even if you're hurt, you got to be out there, right? And I'm sure that's how Alex Anzalone's been approaching this.
Yeah, it's really going to get down to what he's doing. The rest of his body is fine. It's his left arm. Also, he's right-handed. So it's that grappling. It's that grabbing and pulling them down. It's that hand-to-hand combat. But also he's got forearms. He's got upper bodies. He'll figure out ways to get it done. As far as the pain and discomfort, he's going to be, I forgot the dates already, but he'll probably be 8 weeks into that, correct? How long ago was that injury? 4?
Yeah, it's somewhere along those lines, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're in the 4 or 5 week. So come playoff time, we're, another 3-4 weeks, and he's practicing. He's going to start doing stuff. And he's going to know if he can. It's really if he can grab and push, and be, obviously tackle. But there's other ways to slow it down. He's got some football smarts in his head, so we want to utilize that too. But you're right. It's going to be a tough decision. Can he do the basics? We're not worried about foot speed and all that kind of stuff, but it's reaction time and strength, really, with an injury like that, as opposed to Hutchinson, where we got to really rebuild his quickness and strength differently. So I'm hopeful we should see it.
No, sorry, dude. I just wanted to ask you, because I'm looking at you and I'm saying, like, as the doctor or whatever, if you were in that room, right, what is your message in that room? Either to the team, to the guys, like you said, there's more guys on the IR than there is in the weight room or in the practice squad and stuff like this. Is there a message, or is there something moving forward, or is this, like, you don't see this because of the injuries, that it's something that they're doing training wise or anything like that? This is just more of the NFL, is it not? Or is it something that, do you look and see as a doctor, do you have to go through, how you prepare and different things, how you doctor, so to speak? Or is this just one of these things in sports that it happens?
I mean, it just goes back. The only thing we can really go is when we all of a sudden had sports hernias, and we did peel that back, and we found out that the training was a little bit different. We were strengthening too much in a forward flex position, but those were consistent injuries. The knee injuries. Can we play with the turf and all that stuff? I mean, you look at Montgomery. It was just a normal football tackle. McNeil, I mean, did he twist a certain way? Can we blame the turf a little bit? I don't want to. I kind of don't want to, but you got to start looking at what we're training, how we're doing muscle balances, things like that. But I really keep going back to our guys are going 110%. That collision rate is just that much higher. They're throwing their bodies at this game other than other teams. These are football injuries, but why do we have more? There's how many other teams with very little injuries? I mean, everybody's getting hurt every week. I don't have a clear answer. That's why I'm rambling. But I don't want to blame the training staff. I think they have an excellent medical team, training team. A lot I see in the chat, a lot of people picking on, is it the training? Is it the way they're training? Is it the strength and conditioning? I mean, these guys are strong. There's no doubt they're strong. The only thing we could probably start looking at is muscle imbalance and quickness, and are they warming up properly? But the fractures, our fractures have just been weird injuries. You can't chalk that up to anything. ACL injuries, can we blame it on turf? I mean, if we look at it, it probably would be fun to just break down the actual injury at the time, but fractures are weird vector things. A jaw injury, I mean, come on. I just think I just think we're having bad luck, and our physics is working against us as far as the vectors and things like that.
All right, Doc, last one for you.
I'm going to stay positive with it.
Yeah, all right, Doc, last one for you here, then we'll let you get back on the road. Appreciate you carving out some time. Again, as we kind of start looking towards heroes to come riding in, Ennis Rakestraw is a name. He was on IR. The time, he spent the required minimum amount of time on IR. He is eligible to be activated if he's healthy. Rakestraw is a guy, the hamstring, right? He's dealt with soft tissue issues really his entire career. 3 separate incidents, as a matter of fact, in his 8 months here with the Lions. But there's concerns about his ability to stay on the field. I know it's not great timing to, quote, work somebody back in. But again, we do this, right, with the soft tissue stuff. 3 times in 8 months. Is that could that be an isolated thing? Is that something where this is becoming kind of real with Ennis Rakestraw?
Well, yeah, I mean, your number one risk factor for an injury is a previous injury. When you keep re-injuring, you're either not being true to yourself or the trainers and stuff like that. We should be able to work to prevent that. I think right now he's going to come back smarter. He's going to be maybe a little hesitant with his foot speed. Again, we talk about gears. Will he play in that 8, 9, 10 gear? Probably not. Probably 7, 8 is going to be his highest gear he's going to go. But also he's going to be a short step just to protect it. He's in a position where he can get away with that kind of play. And I think with his football smarts and just until he feels confident that thing's not going again. But again, you wrap that hamstring up. There's a lot of stuff we can do to help him get on the field with soft tissue injuries. It's just a matter of that mental toughness playing through it. Is there a risk of re-injury? There's always that risk. But right now, I think it's the scales. We're weighing the pros and the cons, and I think, maybe not this game, maybe wait for playoffs. They should be able to handle at least 2 out of 3 of the last 3 games. I think it's just, business, medical, coaching decisions that are all going to play a factor in this.
All right, Doc, as always, appreciate the time. Appreciate you carving out on special notice as well. Get back out there on the road, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Take care.
There he is, Dr. Jeff Pierce, our injury insider, brought to you by Michigan Sports and Spine Center and also powered by MRI of Southfield. And, there was nowhere to go. And the injuries now, here's the thing about it. It's not even, it's a hamstring, it's an ankle sprain. Mm-hmm. When you get injured now, it's over. You're done. It's over. Goodbye. It is wild. I think I heard a stat. The contenders of the NFC, and I'm speaking in generalities here, but it was something along the lines of the Eagles, the Vikings, the Rams, and I believe Tampa Bay all have a combined 23 players on IR.
Oh, wow.
We have 23 players on IR.
Yeah. This is the sports equivalent of the Thanos snap. We are dealing with right now.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds bad.
My Marvel people know what I'm talking about.
Boom, half the world's gone.
Yeah.
Remember when he snapped and half the world?
I figured it was something like punching the earth and then stuff gets destroyed.
You snap and half of them just disappeared.
Yeah.
Fair. All right, let's take the break. Tell them about Sabbath Coffee.
Yeah, we're going to come back, and I got the clip of Dan Campbell talking on the flagship.
Okay,
I heard it was good
we can play coming out of break. But yeah, let me tell you about Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Locally roast specialty coffee delivered right to your door. It's Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Make sure you use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Support local and just enjoy the best coffee possible. SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com.
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry! Offer ends December 20th.
The bad boys from the NFL are here. Your 2024 Detroit Lions are the hardest hitting, highest flying, trickiest playing, grittiest team in the NFL.
A dominant team.
Get all your coverage of your favorite team right here in your favorite network. Woodward Sports. It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Here for Woodward merch. Yes, indeed. Whole new line of Detroit football stuff that you can get at shop.woodwardsports.com. There's baseball, football, basketball, hockey. There's a Woodward Sports golf line as well. We got the freshest wearables in the game today. Shop.woodwardsports.com.
You know what happens is, you win 11 in a row, and you lose, and then the sky falls. And I hate to say it, but we're not going to be able to win 11 in a row again for the rest of this season. We're just not going to be able to do it. And, what happens is you get used to eating filet, and I'm talking to all of us, and everything's good. Life's good, but you forgot what it was like when you had nothing and you ate your molded bread, and it was just fine, and it gave you everything you needed. And sometimes you got to get punched in the mouth and remember what it used to be like to really appreciate where you are. And we'll do that. And so we got a bad taste in our mouth. We got kicked around the other day. We lost a few guys. And you know what? It's exactly what we needed. This is exactly what we needed. So we're going to bounce back. We're going to respond. We got guys that are about to have an unbelievable opportunity here. And we will play the game any way needed to win. We still got a good offense. We got plenty of defensive players. I can go rattle them off right now. We're going to put the best 11 on the field. We're going to freaking cut it loose. We're going to play with our special teams. And I don't give a crap if we got to win by 1 point for the rest of the year. That's what we're going to do. And I'm going to be happy about it. We come out of the game with 50 yards of total offense and we win by 1, you're going to see smiles on my face. I promise you. All right? If it's the other way defensively, we give up 700 yards and we win by 1 point, you're going to see a smile from my ear to ear. All right? I can promise you. So we're going to find a way and we're going to get it done.
And that was Dan Campbell this morning on the Lions flagship station with their morning show. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter. We got Chase Young, Justin in the building as well. And look, it's making national news, D-Mac. And I understand why. Obviously, it's motivating. But here's what I like about it, D-Mac. It's not even the rah-rah stuff about it. What I like about it is, and this has kind of been my beef with coaches for a long time, coaches that have success doing it a certain kind of way, they get set in that way, and no matter what happens, this is the way that they're going to do it. You know what that told me, D-Mac? Everything is on the table. Game plan, preparation, method of how you're going to do things on the football field. I bet the Chicago Bears right now are sitting there thinking, A, we suck, number one, and then B, Caleb Williams really sucks, and then C, they're saying, we have no clue what the Lions are going to do. No clue, D-Mac. That's why I celebrate it. The rah-rah stuff is fun, right? That's great for clips, and it's great to get people fired up and stuff like that. I love the message. Everything is on the table with what this football team can do. And it's not about an ego thing. It's not about I'm coaching this system, this style, this way. Aaron Glenn, Ben Johnson, all the same way. All right, man. We got to figure out WTF we're going to do. How are we going to beat the Bears this weekend? And as far as like the blessing in disguise, I think that's a little aggressive, right, for everything that's happened. But I will say this, D-Mac, it makes them adjust what they're going to do. And I believe they become very dangerous right now.
Well, you're here. So you have no shot but to look and evaluate. And it's all hands on deck and, pressing the button. But the biggest thing is where you said – coaches get away from, but what I heard from Dan Campbell is what he's going to go back to, and it's going back to being the hunting instead of the hunted, right? They had to have hunting mentality, which what they had for until they rip off this winning streak where that's what makes you hunted, but they sort of lost, and I think you hear that is what made them there with whoever's available. Because that's, what do I always go back to? I mean, I say it all the time. Dan Campbell said back in 2021, he realized he had to prepare this team as if every starter would go out. Well, guess what, Dan? It's
pretty much they're all gone.
It's pretty much that way. So, you know what? Going into your bag or something so it's not out of, you didn't want this to happen, but this could have happened. So now what are we going to do about it? And what I got from him there is exactly what you got, is that we're going back to screw this. We got to go back to hunting. We got to go back to proving like we did last year that we don't belong here, but we got to act like we do. We act like we do because we do. Right? And winning by 1 point doesn't care what the stats are. That's what we said all year, right, Neil? This season's about winning. So it's the Chicago Bears this week, whatever it is, go hunt them. I think their mentality from the coaching, from everybody else for this game plan to see whoever is available, but have that mentality of the underdog mentality. Because I think that's when they fight from underneath, right? Like Doc said, they're going 110. Why do they get hurt? Because they're giving everything they got. That's what this Dan Campbell coach football team. So whoever's available is going to do that. Now, let's not get it like this offense has to carry this team. Mm-hmm. We got to turn into that team that, you know what, if we got to put 40 on the board. Now, I don't think we got to put 40 on the board against Chicago, even though we can to win that game. But you know what? You're coming up against San Fran, who's down a lot of guys, and then you got Minnesota. But right now, with what Dan Campbell said, Neil, the focus is on Chicago. And I like this. Reevaluate. Get punched in the mouth. I mean, what's that old Mike Tyson? Everybody's tough until they get punched in the mouth. Mm-hmm. Let's see how they react. And I go back to what I said in the opening. This team, in my opinion, has earned all of this. So let's wait and see. Right? Stick said it yesterday. The challenge it was in Buffalo. That could happen. It's how you react and how you bounce back against Chicago. This team hasn't lost. Kenny brought this up. Back-to-back games in 2.5 years. That pretty much is what this Lions team is all about. And we are going to see that. I think that, and it's got to be a clean game. Right? They got to be clean. They got to be smart. They're talking about this, like the penalties and different stuff like that. They got to go back to winning football games like they have in the past with whoever's available.
Spenny, I know you were down bad, man. Mm-hmm. I know. We all are.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not one that's going to say it's over. I'm in the middle with this. I kind of shade towards you. Let's do this, Spenny, because I know this is going to get away from you. You want to take the break right now and then pick this up?
Yeah.
I do, because this is going to get in depth. Mm-hmm. All right, like a haircut at Lady Jane's. It's going to get in depth.
It does. I mean, half of it or the other half. Right. Any way you want.
Take off the hat.
Shout out, Beth. Walk in any Lady Jane's haircuts for men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, enjoy $20 haircut special, scalp massage, hot lather, neck shaving, hot towel treatment for one of our talented stylists. Take advantage of the $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code up in the corner there. Lady Jane's haircuts for men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's haircuts for men. It's wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Neil Rule here for second best. That's right, 42 Watson Street, downtown Detroit, just a couple of blocks away from the LCA. If you're going down to the Oakland-Michigan State game tonight at LCA, shout out. Pull up on second best, 42 Watson Street. Elite wings, elite chicken sandwich, tons of Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey as well. Good crowd expected on hand out there. Not quite the record-breaking ones. Michigan-Oakland does have the highest ever attended basketball game at LCA and the Palace of Auburn Hills, just in case you didn't know that, but it's true. 42 Watson Street, though, that's the move, everybody. We do our Woodward Sports pregame show from there. It's one of the elite spots in Metro Detroit. Make it a part of your downtown rotation. Second best, come get some.
Pull up on me.
Absolutely, do it. All right. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter.
Spenny, check your Twitter DMs.
I got you.
There it is. We have Young Justin. We have Chase here in the building as well. All right, let's get into it then. Let's cut the ship.
Oh,
all right.
Whoa.
Steve.
Yes. The shit, bro.
And Spenny, this like I said, I'm with you. I'm in the middle, right? But Steve Lehman wants to run the timing play, and that's fine. Says, no, Neil, no. You said nothing changed yesterday. Don't switch it up now. Steve, nothing did change with where they sit, by the way.
Yeah.
With where they sit, nothing is different.
They control their destiny.
Do you expect them to beat Chicago? Vegas does. They're a touchdown favorite over those bums.
Yeah.
By the way, over those bums. And if you want something else to back that up, by the way, and this is it. Fascinating by me. Like you think that I expect them to lose to the Bears? Oh, you mean the Bears who last victory came 64 days ago?
Oh.
64 days ago. It's been a month since they've had the lead in a game. A month.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's been 3 weeks since they scored a single point in the first half. They suck. Caleb Williams sucks. And for the people in the chat that are in there talking about, I don't think the organization's helped him. They haven't scored a point in the first half in 3 weeks. They suck. He sucks. So you know what? I don't care who's hurt Sunday. I don't. Take everybody away. Let Brad Holmes sign a whole team off the waiver wire, and they'll still beat Caleb Williams' bum ass.
We're going to kill the Bears for sure.
They suck. And then, Spenny, when that happens, guess what? There are 2 games left.
Yep.
You see where I'm going here? Mm-hmm. So, Steve Lehman, I know you're trying to play gotcha right there. You said yesterday nothing changed. Nothing has changed. They didn't get any more losses. Everything's the same. Young Justin, you said still. They're still minus 265 to win the division. They're going to win the division, everybody. They're going to win the division.
Yeah.
So, like, as far as all that goes, nothing has changed. The stakes still stay the same. They do. And I trust Dan Campbell and I trust the Lions to go beat bum-ass Caleb Williams and the Bears. Bum-ass.
Yeah, it's bad.
Bum-ass. No, he's not bad. He's a bum-ass quarterback. Bum-ass. Haven't scored a point in the first half in 3 weeks. Haven't had the lead in a game in a month. And haven't won in 64 days. They suck. So, D-Mac, through all of it, through all the injuries, nothing has changed in terms of where they sit and what's in front of them.
No.
Nothing's changed.
No, exactly. And it's one of those things you want, like, if you went through, right, and the narrative before the season that the injury list or whatever and the wins and loss, you'd be like, what? You're 12-2 at this point with what you've figured out a way to do it. Like, does anybody else with me? Like, there's all the time in the world to all this sky's falling and all the negative that it could happen. Why don't you wait until if it does, and then go there to that? But this team has earned, this coaching staff, Brad Holmes, this organization, in my opinion, has earned me just to sit back and see how are they going to adjust to it. They're the strongest stat that they have. Goes back 2.5 years that they don't lose back-to-back, that they're going to take care of business. And whether it is, and we'll regroup and see what we're playing against San Fran the week after. But right now it's the Bears. But to be 12-2 at this point, up against everything, what would you be saying? Right? If we broke this down, this is the way the season's going to go. Right? Each week, this guy's out. You're going to win or lose. Everybody, I bet you at this point of the season, people would have him at what? 9-5, 10-4, whatever. You're 12-2. You control your destiny for home field advantage. Why don't you act like you put yourself in the driver's position? You control it, and that's the big thing, and that's the narrative also. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed
For Sunday.
Except
against
you've
the Bears.
lost
Yeah.
different guys and more guys, and it's depleted more, and you got to see how well it's going to be coached. So
and the Vikings got to worry about themselves. They have the hardest remaining schedule out of any NFC playoff team.
Vikings lose to Green Bay, by the way.
Oh, I like
They
it.
might lose to Seattle this week, too. They play at Seattle.
Not with Sam Howell.
Yeah.
Is that what the deal is?
Yeah.
I saw Geno Smith go out of the game.
Geno Smith's out, yeah.
He's out for sure?
Yeah. Never mind then.
That's-
I didn't know that Geno was out indefinitely.
Have you ever seen a team like this Vikings team? Just the most charmed schedule of all time. And it's the same schedule as you guys. Well, yeah, except we get the Bills, you get the Jets.
But again,
and life's about timing.
But Neil, why are we doing this? Because the Vikings play the schedule where they finished in a division last year.
Oh, correct, yeah.
Right? So, you know what? That's what they're supposed to do, like we did last year.
No doubt.
We never
don't
want
get me
their
wrong.
schedule because we want to run the North. So give us the toughest schedule. Give us the Buffaloes and Baltimores and everything else. That's what we want. They don't want it because they can't handle the smoke. They can't even handle us.
Correct. It's proven. Spotting them 10 points still can't beat us. Like, you started the game with a 10-0 lead, still couldn't be. And look, I know that some of you are hanging out in here right now in your queue.
Man,
you were sending the tweets at me and stuff like that, and that's fine. What changed? What changed? You guys still ain't getting a home playoff game.
You bring up a great point too, Neil, about what the focus is, and even more so for this Lions team to the end of the season, but especially this Sunday leading up, is starting on time. That's the message, Dan Campbell. If this team starts on time, what's the one thing that we complain about this team? How many times have we allowed the other team to score first, or how many times have we gotten down? Right, to the Houstons, to the Minnesotas, to be able to battle back and stuff like this. We don't, and then when you do it against a really good team, right, then you can't come back, right? Then you're playing from behind all game. So I know that's the message. Start on time, boys.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Demand Ice. Lions don't like playing out in the elements. The Bears always make it difficult for them outside. The Lions are going to be going 1-3. Okay. Based on what?
He's a Bears fan.
Yeah, he's been in our
Based
chat for a
on
while.
you're a Bears fan.
Why?
No, he is.
No, I know, but the
I don't know
question's
if
for
you
you,
know
Damon.
this. Your
Why?
quarterback can't play outside, bro.
He can't play inside. He can't play outside. He can't play anywhere. Anywhere. He's a bust, dude. He sucks. He stinks.
He had
Benny. They haven't had
I'm not
the
in the
lead.
business of calling people busts after one season, especially quarterbacks.
No, he ain't it, and he ain't got it.
He definitely
You know what I mean when I say it. He doesn't
he's a
have
little
it.
foofy,
Who's going to follow that guy?
I would not follow him in the battle.
Look at him in the pocket last night.
Look at him on the sideline. He was
Look
over
at him
there
in the
looking
sideline.
stressed.
He was getting his ass whooped, to be fair.
He over there leaning on the
Well,
sideline.
hey,
Vikings got
sometimes,
some pass rush
Spenny, in
defense.
this league, sometimes you get your ass whipped.
It's true.
So what do you do about it? Be a bitch? For real, what's he doing about it?
No, I mean, he showed up dressed like a middle school English teacher, too.
Yeah, and he played quarterback like a middle school English teacher, too. He stinks. Stinks.
Isn't this not the perfect?
Vildor interception loading.
Right?
Loading.
Right? With guys that hopefully maybe we get Mosley back, or like you said, Rakestraw, or whatever we're plugging and piecing together. Is this not the perfect game and the perfect guy to go against?
It's a great get-right game for sure. I mean, the Bears are...
But
Bears
for
are a shit show
confidence,
right now.
for if you're looking at, you got to put your makeshift, especially on defensive, together with guys that, like you said, off the practice squad or whatever. This is the game that you want. This is the guy you want to go against.
Yeah, they're a total shit show right now. Like the guy they promoted from passing game coordinator to offensive coordinator to interim head coach all in a 3-week span has lost like 25 pounds.
Yeah.
And like he's stressing, dude. So
I don't know what he should be stressed about. Like, you ain't changing your quarterback, so nothing's going to
Do
change.
you see the things that they do, the Bears? They're the Lions of
We're
Wood.
gonna
They're
smack
the
the Bears.
SOL.
Yeah.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Mark Royal. Neil also said the Bears would beat the Vikings. Well, Mark Royal, I was told that Caleb's a generational talent. And of all the rookie situations to walk into, the Bears were the best one to walk into. Why wouldn't I think they would win that game?
That's right. Stand on business, bro.
Number 1 overall pick.
Fuck
Can
they
spit
talk
it.
about?
Look at the weapon. Went and drafted Rona Dunze. The Bears are the first team ever to take a quarterback and a wide receiver in the first 20 picks.
and both of them beat trash.
And they both suck. They both suck. Keenan Allen out there looking like George Jefferson.
Yeah, for sure.
Moving
Popeye's
on
biscuit
now.
away from a tight end.
DJ Moore, right? Does he still play?
Yeah,
He does?
he does.
I haven't seen him.
He
He
don't want
walks
to.
off sometimes.
Yeah, he
but
don't want to.
So Mark Royal, yeah.
Mark Royal, stop. Everybody was saying that during the draft season. The Bears are the best situation for a quarterback to
Yeah.
go to.
That's what I was told. And
That's-
Caleb Williams is great. Number 1 overall pick. What was I supposed to think, Mark Royal?
Everybody
That's
was
what I was
saying that.
told. Was I lied to? So he
might
is a
have been.
bust.
I mean, people who realized that their offensive line was trash didn't say that, but yeah, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, this is the best situation a quarterback could go to his first year. Look at all the weapons." DeAndre Swift,
Denzel Vance, Vildor, 3 picks this weekend. Can't wait. 3 pick sixes.
There you go.
He's going in. Marked Royal by who, Neil? Were we not fed that all year long? Was I asleep or something? Did I dream that?
I don't know. I mean, no, you didn't. That was definitely the narrative.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that people in the national media that said they were going to win the Super Bowl, and they can't win a fucking game. It's been 67 days.
That's Adam Rink. You can't take Adam Rink serious.
And Nick Wright.
Yeah.
They're piling up.
Yeah.
Guys that make millions of dollars doing this.
Adam Rink said they would win the North, too. That's
Okay.
crazy.
I'm just going by what I'm told. That's all I can do is go by what I'm told. Dante 151. Mitchell Trubisky passed for 3,138 yards for the Bears in 2019. It took the Bears 5 years to have another 3,000 passing yard quarterback. They stink.
They've never had a 4,000-yard passing quarterback.
They stink.
In team history.
Even when they were good, they stunk.
Yeah.
They suck.
I'm surprised Jay Cutler never got it.
That just goes to show you. Even Jay Cutler couldn't do it. Spinning that thing, man.
It's true. Jay Cutler and Brandon Marshall, you can't throw for 4,000 yards in a year.
Talk about a trash quarterback.
Jay Cutler's the man.
All right.
Trash human, but
we're here. All right, let's
probably a piece of shit.
Marked Royal.
He's funny though.
No one here, Neil, and no one since week 8 of the season. So half the season they told me it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So for half the year they told me that. They told you that. I got the feeling we were lied to. I don't know, but I'm starting to think that.
They lied about your offense. They lied about Caleb Williams.
Yes. They did, as a matter of fact. Where are we going here? Planet Fitness, by the way. That's right. We're live at the Planet Fitness Studios. I'm in there every day of the week. We're getting it in, at least Monday through Friday, through the weekday. And you can do that because there's over 50 Metro Detroit locations. And guys, you hear me talk about it. I've been a member there over 3 years. I changed my life at Planet Fitness. But you got to take the first step. You got to do it. You can go to planetfitness.com. You can pull in the parking lot. Still $24.99 a month for that Black Card membership. Get you access to every Planet Fitness in the world. And guess what it does for you? It makes you not have to pay more money to lift the same weights. They tested it. The weights weigh the same at Planet Fitness that they do at that gym you're paying $70 or $80, $90 a month for. They weigh the same, everybody. So it's one of the best deals in American consumerism, as I like to say. Planet Fitness, because your fitness is essential. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
What about jars?
Oh, jars?
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Woodward sports fans, whether you're hitting the game or just chilling, Jars Cannabis have you covered. Jars is home to Michigan's largest lineup of rec cannabis products. They've got 27 locations across the state, repping Michigan in a big way. 9 locations are right in Metro Detroit, so there's always one near. If you're in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, get ready. New stores are coming your way soon. Make sure you pick up the Darren McCarty brand today.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer,
do,
is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. You just heard from him. Do the rewind. You can hear what he had to say. Dr. Pierce joins us every Tuesday here on Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy I trusted for my career. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game, performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
Keeping it pushing, pulling up hour number 2, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, a Rest in Peace Tuesday. Neil Rule, D-Mac, KG, Spencer Raxter, Young Justin's in the building, Chase here as well. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel, and go ahead and fire off what you think. Burn in the super chat. Take the over on Goff passing yards against the Bears. I got a feeling. It's a spiritual kind of feeling. Goff's going to get 4,000 yards in Chicago. Well, I know Caleb Williams won't be getting 4,000 yards this year. I was told he's good. Gregory, Detroit can't play 3 quarters, and the defense can't save their ass anymore. Jay, Neil flips out when he's wrong. Jay, I gave you the logic and the rationale. I was told he's walking into the best situation in rookie quarterback history. Were we told that? You guys all marked me on that. D-Mac, you're the minister of accountability. Do you recall being... Yes, Mr. McCarty. Do you recall around August or September being told that Caleb Williams, in fact, was, quote, walking into one of the best rookie situations in NFL history?
I can confirm that they told us that.
Okay.
It was said.
The witness is dismissed. Thank you very much for your time, Mr.
You're
McCarty.
welcome. Carry on.
All right. Rest in Peace Tuesday. Y'all ready? Ready to get it in? Ready to cut it loose? Young Justin, you in? You got one?
I'm in.
All right. We got to move this one a little bit. But as always, it's Rest in Peace Tuesday. We take someone from the sports world. It doesn't have to be the sports world, but it's typically the sports world, and put them in the coffin because it's over. OVA. Spencer Raxter, you bat lead off?
Yeah.
Who you putting in the coffin?
Rest in peace to Lee McNeil's 2024-2025 season.
Yeah.
It sucks, man. You could see how visibly distraught he was as soon as it happened. The man has worked so hard the past 2 years to reshape his body, to reshape his game, and he was playing at an all-pro level this year. He was one of the best defensive tackles in football. It sucks, man. It just sucks to see him go down, to know how hard he fought to get the Lions to where they are, to get the Lions to 12-2, to get the Lions to be in the driver's seat for the number 1 seed in the NFC. RIP to Lee McNeil's season this year. It was a great year, man. Heal up, come back, ready to go next year. It's tough.
No, it is. And Spenny, you know what else too? And this is obviously a sidebar conversation, and this runs parallel with everybody that plays in the NFL. You will never hear me ever be critical of a player that holds out over a contract.
Can't.
Aleem signed his deal. Who knows what's going to happen going forward? But that's my point. I don't. People that are critical of NFL players that hold out, I'll never understand.
Here's the thing, right? Where you say, let's start there. NFL, non-guaranteed contract, shortest professional window. If you do not get your money when you can get it, right? Then you're definitely in trouble.
Game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Playing a dangerous game.
Sucks, man.
It does, no doubt. But he's got another battle now.
Yep.
And that's what it's going to take. Now, the encouraging sign is, and I can speak to this, he did the mental side of reforming his body for the task at hand. And it's hard. It's not easy. And he did it. So with that being said, he's got to run that playbook again and get to the rehab and everything. Young Justin, who you putting in the coffin?
The integrity of college football, because of the fact that the transfer portal...
Wait, time out. Don't you have to have integrity to begin with to question it?
That's a great point.
But let's just say that they had a shred.
Yeah, if they had a shred, it's now gone. The fact that the transfer portal opens and we have players opting out of playoff teams to go in the portal and transfer.
I told you guys this was going to happen.
You did.
I told you this. It was a matter of time.
Players are opting out, and then you got the committee who can't find their own asshole. They don't know how to pick a playoff to save their life. So, there's no integrity left in college football. It died with conference realignment, and there's now not even a shred because, Penn State loses their backup quarterback who they play as a gadget all the time. Georgia's losing corners. It's utterly ridiculous that teams that still have so much to play for, but just because of the bag and because of having better situations elsewhere, teams are losing critical pieces to their playoff teams.
And it's not the players' fault.
It's not the players' fault.
It's not the players' fault.
It's the guardrails.
It's not the guardrails' fault either. Like when the NCAA and their executives and their bowl directors, a guy makes over $600,000 to run the Sugar Bowl. That's a guy's job. He makes over $650,000 to run the Sugar Bowl. That thing runs itself.
Yeah.
The hotels don't change. The stadium doesn't change. When the coaches are making it, the bowl directors are making it, the athletic administration's making it, it's cool then. But when don't blame the players and don't blame the guardrails. There are no guardrails for the coaches. People paid last year. Universities paid $150 million for coaches to not coach in NCAA football.
How are you going to ask a kid who is not a starter, who Drew Aller just announced he's coming back next year? Why would he stay? Why would he risk not getting a couple mil from another Power 4 school that will 100% offer it to him? Like there's not even a choice for these kids. They have to do it for their careers, for their preservation of their self, and to just get their bag. Like they deserve to get their bag.
Skydog 722, Neil, only selfish players opt out of games, like Will Johnson.
Get your bag, Will.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
He earned the right to be selfish.
100%.
Get your bag, Mason.
And he will. And 100% they should do that. All right, KG, who you putting in the coffin?
Thank y'all for joining us at the procession today. I'm here to bury someone and also give you someone that's on life support. So first of all, the burial. R.I.P. to somebody who was formerly known as America's quarterback, Jameis Winston.
No.
Neil, I know it's hard to accept.
He's still breathing in there.
It's hard to accept, Neil. I understand. But we got to be real about it. DTR is officially taking over from this team.
He's being
him.
Yeah.
Jameis being Jameis, and you want to bury him for being himself.
Listen, God delivered him from the pick sixes, but not the picks. So
he didn't ask to be delivered from the picks. He just asked to be delivered from the pick sixes. He should be more specific.
But listen, we are going to miss the person, Jameis Winston, but I think who we will all miss the most out of all of this is the post-game press conferences. It was so electric.
Yeah, I mean, those were great, but I'll miss that performance against the Chiefs. I couldn't turn away. It was a 24-7 game or whatever it was, and I couldn't turn it off because Jameis was driving, and I knew he was just going to throw one up for grabs in the end zone. And I loved it. I counted on it.
Listen,
I couldn't change the channel.
He gets his shot once a season, and unfortunately, it is over now.
And then he dominates, and then he falls off the cliff. It's the experience. It's the ride.
Yeah. But he'll probably resurrect himself next season somehow.
I can't wait. Thank you, Jameis.
My person on life support, Travis Hunter's girlfriend. Girl, you better stop that shit. You better stop that shit. You gonna fuck up the bag. You are going to fuck up the bag. And listen, I'm in no way trying to invalidate any woman's feelings and, whatever the fuck may have happened between y'all. Keep that shit in the tuck, bro.
Yep.
This is his biggest fucking moment, and you sitting up here making it about yourself. And you did it before a couple weeks back about the little cheerleader situation. We let that one slide. But at the Heisman ceremony, like, come on, girl. He will replace you. Don't think you irreplaceable. Yo, you will get that fucking box to the left, like Beyonce said, and get your shit and go.
Just look at CD's girlfriend, for example, on draft night.
I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm just trying to implore her before she fucks up the bag. But
D-Mac, who you putting in the coffin?
Well, I'm gonna. You know what? There's a lot of different things. I'm gonna actually because you just brought up a great point that I'm gonna put in the coffin, and because the NIL deal in the college. A lot of people, and I'm going to talk hockey here for a minute, but the OHL college, the way that has changed, and if anybody doesn't know, so I'm a product of the Ontario Hockey League, which when you're growing up and up until this year, if you're a kid,
the Premier Junior
League, yeah. Right? Where we got drafted out and whatever, you go play there. It's more styled like the NHL.
There were years I followed that as much as the NHL.
Absolutely, and I always say that why is Sean Baligian and I such good friends? Because he knows how great I was in junior. He saw me play. So the fact is that now with the NIL, they've expanded it to hockey to the point. Rest in peace. The way that things have always been done. So now, if you're an OHL player, you can go to college. You can go wherever you want. Rest in peace, the old way, the hockey way to whatever else. There are college coaches outside OHL dressing rooms talking to OHL players, recruiting them now. The recruiting game has changed in the hockey circle, so don't be surprised if you see some kid playing in Flint or Saginaw 1 year or half a year and then ended up at Michigan State or Michigan or whatever.
That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
So the money, the NIL money and stuff like that, like it's up for grabs. It is turning into the Wild West.
What do you got, Chase?
Just to add to what DMAC was saying, I recently saw a report that Saginaw Spirit Center, Michael Misa, is projected possible like $1.5 million NIL package to go from the Saginaw Spirit to Boston College next year.
100,000,000%. Boston College will drop the bat. Like, and this is where it is in
Well, they
hockey,
sell out
where these
arenas.
old
Yeah.
pedigree, right? Where Boston U, Boston College, and all these things, like Denver, like college hockey is improving and stuff like this. Michigan too, if they want to get in on all of this, but you're talking $1.5 million for a guy like me. You know what I made? I made $35 a week when I played in junior.
Wait.
I got $70 every 2 weeks. You know, right? You got room and, you got a place to rent. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
crazy.
So this changes the game to everything else. So
I never
this
knew
and
that, D-Mac.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and Western Michigan is being used as like a feeder program for schools like Michigan, even though Western is in the top 5 in the country.
It worked with you.
Hey, wait. It's sometimes it's the feeder players, but most of the time it's the feeder fan program.
No, but what were you saying, Justin?
Like Western can only play their players so much. I think the most that a kid on their team is making is like $45,000, but kids on Michigan are making $500,000 plus, and it's making look like the freshmen who are coming in, they want to go to smaller schools. They're doing the same thing that they're doing in football. They're going to smaller schools. They're getting the playing time. They're getting the experience they need playing against the bigger players, but they're good enough to move on to go play for the Boston Colleges, the Michigans, the Michigan States even, and even Michigan State's willing to give the bag. I'm curious what Trey Augustine is making this year.
Yeah,
Not enough.
Probably not.
But isn't it? Well, that go, and I don't know how that goes to like if you sign an NHL entry-level contract
Yeah,
or
that's
stuff
true.
like whatever it is. But the bags are out there, right? So when you're talking like this, to me, college hockey is turning more into college football, where you have the Alabamas, the Michigans,
it's all the same
the
now.
Georgia.
Yeah.
It is all the same now. And then, like you said, $1.5 million,
And good
as
for them.
Chase said, to the top player in Saginaw.
And good for him.
Well, get the bag.
Go get every dollar you can get, because guess what? Your coach is, that athletic director is, so you do it too.
It's crazy. So, talking to a couple buddies who are agents and stuff like this, like going like it's ridiculous. Like college coaches, literally traveling around and having these meetings with agents and players and stuff. So don't be surprised that it changes.
Rack says in the chat, yeah, but $36 a week back in the 1940s was a lot of money.
Uh-huh.
Now you could buy a bag of groceries.
Some war
you could
bonds.
fly somewhere.
Dude, we pushed the car more than we drove it.
Rest in peace. And the Woodward Sports chat thread, Max Mayer, RIP Conor McGregor boxing a Paul brother is
Man.
career suicide.
Horrible.
And thinks he's going to get back in the
He's going to make
octagon
$300
after
million
that.
Yeah.
for 15 minutes.
100%.
That's
Like
the
he's an
smartest
idiot
thing
to
he's
not
done in
do
a
that.
while.
Yeah, but
No, for
he's
real.
not getting back in the octagon after
No,
that.
he's been cooked for
It's
a while
dead.
in
Yeah.
the octagon.
This
I
just
want
in.
the Pauls to give me a call.
No,
Yeah.
Boxing a Paul
I'll get
brother
it.
is like Dancing with the Stars. Like once you hit that, it's rock bottom at that point.
That's
It is. You know what it is? It's
Yeah,
like
it's rock bottom, and then your paychecks just, then your bank accounts
Yeah.
not rock
it's
bottom.
European soccer people that go play in the MLS when they're 38.
Exactly.
Like it's one last little cash grab before you go on your way. Real quick. All right, for me,
Shout out Messi.
rest in peace, Caleb Williams. Your career,
Jesus.
because it's
Wait,
over.
It's not
'Cause
even
it's
the
over.
season, not even over yet.
It's all over.
So you're saying
Haven't scored a point in the first half in weeks. In weeks. Look at the man when he drops back to pass. More importantly than that, look around the franchise. They don't believe in him. They don't buy him. Despite the fact of what they say publicly, they know. They know what the end result's going to be with this guy in his career as a quarterback in the NFL. Now, it won't be immediate. That's not how this works. It won't be immediate because you took him 1-1, generational talent, first overall pick in the draft. He'll bounce around. He'll end up somewhere else because they think they can fix him. No one's fixing him because he stinks. Do a redraft. Do a redraft right now of the draft. Tell me he goes number 1 overall. You can't because he stinks. Spenny?
and here
Spenny?
He would still go number 1 overall.
No chance.
Nah, Jaden Daniels.
You're going to take him over Jaden Daniels.
Probably, yeah.
And shit, Bo
And
Nix
look at the
this point.
difference, right? You can see you can see, right? Like in Caleb Williams, the talent only takes you so far, but there's no jam. There's no thing. You see it with Daniels. You saw it with Josh Allen, right? You don't see it with Caleb Williams. So even to that fact of doesn't matter, there's not a guy that can coach him out of this because I think that what he's missing is inside, not out.
Caleb Williams to the Michigan Panthers. You got to get Jeremiah on the line for that one. 40 Gumble. Caleb will be backing up Russell Wilson in a couple of years. That'll be his fighting a Paul brother.
He'll be backing up Russell Wilson.
That'll be the equivalent of fighting a Paul brother.
That's why
I'm not. All right.
I'm not on. Yeah, I can't do that just yet. But
dreams and motives. I take Bo Nix 100 times out of 100.
No, Bo Nix is making.
You
the
would
case.
not take Bo Nix over Caleb Williams.
Shit, at this point.
There's a conversation.
Absolutely,
It's the Bears organization.
Yes.
You know what I mean? More than it's what's he got to fight for? And plus, he doesn't have the dog in him, right? So when you put him in a situation, you know, it's like we saw it for years and years in Cleveland and Cincinnati and all these places where guys go to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, because to me, Neil, to your point, I need to see his inside. I think he's hollow inside. Great talent. You know, he has talent, but the jam you need to play in this league.
He definitely is not a leader of men, and that is a big thing.
Pretty important thing,
Pretty
that
important.
position
Yeah.
in this sport. I know we're late for the break, so let's get into it. New Holland, everybody. Nobody does it better than New Holland. And it makes no difference if we're talking about the bourbon, if we're talking about Tangerine Space Machine, and oh yeah, by the way, Taller, the Dutch long drink. They take the New Holland small batch gin that they make over there on the west side of the state, local Michigan company, by the way. They mix it and scratch it with some grapefruit puree, and then magic happens in that Argyle-style can. It is absolutely incredible. Sean and I drink them during the New Holland Brewing Company Woodward Sports pregame show. If you try them, you'll like them. Pretty much everybody that has reported back and said that they like them. So you can do it as well. Go to Total Wine, go to Meyer, scoop them up, give them a try. I'll even drink them in the winter. I don't care. That's how I'm going to operate. New Holland Brewing Company.
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry! Offer ends December 20th.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Are you overdue for a new car? Beat the holiday rush and get an amazing deal from Les Stanford Chevrolet. Right now, a Blazer EV 2LT with all-wheel drive is only $149 per month. Or check out the Equinox EV LT for only $169 per month. Get to Les Stanford today or click on the QR code on the screen and check out our massive inventory. Don't forget, Les Stanford has Cadillac, Buick, and GMC as well. Les Stanford in Dearborn and Ferndale. LesStanford.com together. Let's drive. Vroom, vroom.
Keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, and DMAC, KG, Spencer Raxter, young Justin Chase is here as well. We got a full squad in the house. Make sure you catch the heavyweights, 5 to 7, Spenny.
Shout out.
And,
Big
of
shout
course, our guy Easy as well.
We got the Aiden Hutchinson clip. D-Mac sent it to me if you want to hear that.
Oh, yeah, spin that.
Yeah, it's about him making it back for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
I'm on track for my goal of returning for the Super Bowl. And so I keep telling all the boys when I see him in the facility, I'm like, you guys just got to get there. And I promise you, I'm going to be back. You know, and I tell people that. My mom was like, I remember we were talking yesterday, and she's like, but Aiden, like what if you don't get back? Like what if you can't? And I was like, there's no other way.
that's like the vibes of that organization.
Yeah.
There's no other way. Like, that's it. Like, I don't know. It doesn't leave a lot to talk about.
Like D-Mac say, the only way out is through.
The only way is through. And there's a couple of different ways. And look, Spenny, again, I know you were downtrodden about it. And make no mistake, like, I'm disappointed too. I am. But there is a part of me, and there comes a line, right? Like, there's a breaking point where when you lose a certain amount of talent, it's hard, if not impossible, to bounce back from. And I'm not saying they're going to storm their way to the Super Bowl, but D-Mac, you and I have had this discussion all the time. And it's something when we were all hopped up, all season long, I said, guys, with all due respect, it will get more difficult before it gets easier. Like, there will be times where you go through adversity and things like that. And D-Mac, I point to you because there was no more lock than you guys winning it. No more lock. And it got to a point for me, and as we became friends over the years, I told you, D-Mac, I didn't think you guys were going to do it.
Right.
I did not believe in you guys to do it.
Look at the adversity that we faced, right? And going up from even when I got there in '93, from winning the President's Trophy, losing in the first round. Like, the expectations are the one thing that I think back to with all the injuries and stuff, you know what? You still got your most important person that's healthy. And it's not like if Jared Goff, knock on wood, went down, we're done.
Correct.
Okay? We're done.
Just like the rest of the league.
Can we all?
The only team that would get better would be the Bears if their quarterback went down.
Facts probably prove that. But what I'm saying is you're going to face different adversity. You don't want to, but how are you going to handle it? Like, you have no choice. Why are you going to sit and bitch and moan about things that aren't in front of you, or you're right here? This is what you're going to deal with. These are the guys you're going to deal with, right? So, like, think about it in the team meeting in Allen Park. Big meeting room. Everybody who is in there has got their playbook to whatever, and the coaches are going, okay, got him. I got Vildor this week. How am I going to put him in the best possible position? Maybe we get Mosley back. We got to do it with whoever we got to do it. The offense is sitting there that, hey, this is not now. It's right. Dan Campbell said, I don't care if we win in special teams, which he's proven he can, defense, offense, whatever like this, just win the game. But the offense is going to have to put this team on its back. Do we not agree?
Absolutely.
That and do we not agree that this is one of the best offenses in the league to put it on its back? Now, losing David Montgomery, that sucks, right? But I don't think he's the most valuable person in that backfield, right? And he's had a great year, but there's other guys I'd be more concerned with to losing, right? So now Jahmyr Gibbs, which we've seen, has to take more of the load. How are they gonna, build with this? You still got Laporta, you still got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who, by the way, how pissed off is he this week that he fumbled last week, that he dropped? Like, this guy. So the only way out is through. And when you look at it, can this group of guys, do they have the intestinal fortitude, the exact thing that I was talking, that Caleb Williams doesn't have? All of these guys in the Lions are going to find a way to figure this out. And no better. Like, the blessing is that you have the Bears this week, right? On the road. Where are you the best road team in the league? Undefeated, right?
Yeah.
It's setting up. You got to look to what you do well and how you're going to dictate. But again, I go back to this: when the only way out is through, you got to have that. You are the hunter mentality. You are the underdog. That's no matter what the spread says to whatever, you got to go out and prove to that. And to your point, to everybody's points, that's what the injuries. You can look into it and say, we're underdogs, even though we're the 12-2 teams or whatever. But as a player, your mentality going in is I got to give it because I can't take a play off. Nobody can. Accountability to each other. Again, Neil, right? Pull the rope.
Correct. Rando Smalls. I'm not a huge Caleb Williams fan, but being prejudiced against a finger nail painting being soft, I don't care about that at all.
Yeah. If he performed, nobody would talk about that.
Yeah. All I know is this, Rando. They haven't had a point in the first half in 3 weeks. And if Tyson Badgett was the quarterback, they would have scored in the first half in the last 3 weeks. They would have. I stand on that.
Is Caleb Williams not for you eyeball test of the player?
That's all it's based on. And that was in college. That was in college. Like
you knew it coming out.
It goes back to
you've been hating on him for a while.
It goes back to
long time.
when they play in California and it's sunny and the weather's nice and everything, and they're playing San Jose State. Yeah, he's spinning it.
Yep.
But you go to Notre Dame and it's November and it's cold.
You were always a Jaden Daniels guy.
He's 12 for 27 for $140 and 2 picks. Like that's it. When it's tough, he's a puss. Like that's just the way that it is.
I got to get on my new rule. Is he closer to being a bust or a star in the NFL? You know how you do that with Michigan all the time.
Yeah.
Are they closer to Auburn or are they closer?
Well, right now you're closer to Auburn.
Yeah. Is Caleb Williams closer to being a bust?
He is a bust.
I'm getting him on record. We got him on wax. So.
They haven't scored a point. Have you heard the stats? I can read them again.
Yeah.
Would you like the stats again? Hold on, D-Max. Let me give him the stats again.
Was watching the game, and it was the third quarter, and he made a pass about 12 yards to Keenan Allen.
Of course, because they're always 12 yards.
No. That was his longest pass before that was 4 yards.
Correct.
That's what I'm saying.
They stopped the game and gave him a game ball.
He's the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. He doesn't have an offensive
line.
Well,
I was told he had elite mobility,
or
too.
A head coach. He does have, I wouldn't say elite, but he's got good mobility.
Okay, their last victory came 64 days ago.
Yeah.
Okay? It's been 29 days since they had the lead in a game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's been 22 days since they've scored a point in the first half. So, again, tell me more about it. I forgot what we were even talking about.
Da Bears!
Oh.
Sorry.
D-Mac, this, before we cut to the break. And Terry Foster's going to join us in just a little bit to talk about Black Santa, give us an update. I will say this, and Spenny, again, I empathize with you. For sure I do. But I did look at, as I look at like the NFL scoreboard on ESPN+, and they have the leaders, right? You know how they like highlight the leaders? Jared Goff's yards with double-digit touchdowns, and Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to go over 100 catches in this game. He's already cleared 1,000 yards. He's in double figures with touchdowns as well. Penei Sewell is still there, and still, D-Mac, I know it's insane when you talk about the number of guys on IR. No question about it. They don't play the Bills in the Super Bowl this weekend. They play the Bears and Caleb Williams, who hasn't scored a point in the first half in 3 weeks. That's who they're playing.
You know who I look to also, too, in saying this, where it's like the offense has the offensive line. All these veteran guys and whatever, they got to be having some soul searching in there because they haven't been, right? And now it's like, so whatever the injury, and we all know that they're not 100%, right? But who is? But they, and these are men. Right? Our offensive line are men. And these men are having these conversations this week about how they have to carry this team and have to be those dudes.
I want to have a discussion about that when we come back before Terry joins us. Let's talk about the pregame show, right, Spenny?
Yes, the pregame show.
Let's talk about it. Woodward Sports doing football game days better than anyone. It all starts with Woodward in Maine, the aforementioned Terry Foster, Matthew Broder. They kick things off from 8 to 9 a.m. And then myself and Sean Belesian step in with the New Holland Brewing Company pregame show brought to you by Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Normally on home game days, we're down at second best, but they're at Bum Chicago, so it's a road game. So Sean will be in studio. I'll be doing it live from Hawaii. 5 a.m. I'll be up there doing it, but nothing changes. We'll still be chopping it up. I'll still be slandering Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. Nothing will change. I'll be doing it from halfway around the world, but I'll still be doing it. Guys, just wait. Just wait. Hope that you can tap in to the New Holland Brewing Company pregame show. Nobody's doing football game days better than Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Big Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Soroki's crispy chicken and pizza. You got to check out their wings. They got 7 different flavors for you to choose from. They're all delicious. My personal favorite is the spicy garlic.
Yes.
But you can try them all and choose your favorite for yourself. Find them at a Soroki's near you. Find a Soroki's near you at Sorokis.com.
No doubt. However, I'll even take a plain one with that Soroki sauce.
That was so good.
Ooh-wee.
The Soroki sauce slept on.
No, it is. No doubt. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, Young Justin's hanging out, chasing the building as well. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, get your thoughts out there and see. Rando Smalls, Caleb, 5 picks. Peyton Manning, like 15 last season, in his last season. Chim in the chat. 5 interceptions because he throws it 2 yards downfield. And when he does throw it deeper, it's so inaccurate that nobody can catch it. And Chim, that's what it is, right? That's where watch a game. Don't look at a box score from his passes that are 4 yards downfield. They stop the game and give him a game ball when he has a double-digit yard completion. So don't watch the game, and then you tell me. Watch the man out there.
If you watch, you will see.
Watch the man in the arena and tell me he's built for that. Please. DNC ENT, somehow we're still 6.5-point favorites. I know they suck. It's a divisional game in the NFL. I'd fade it if I was I'd fade it if it was Bills Pats. I can't take it. No, DNC ENT, make no mistake. There is a fine line. If you told me, hey, you gotta bet on this game, I would probably take the Bears in that touchdown. I probably would. For real, I would. But when it comes down to it, they're not. The Bears don't have the mental capability to beat the Lions. They don't. Not with that guy at quarterback. Not with the level of talent that they. Although it's the best situation anyone's ever walked into. When it comes down to it, the Lions will do what's needed to win that game. Yeah. It is. They are through it all. Despite the fact the Bears haven't won a game in 67 days, they are 4-3 at home.
Yeah, but the one constant is that the Bears get in their own way. And that's
it. You can set your watch to it, man.
Yeah.
And they don't have an offensive line, a head coach, or a play caller.
Yeah.
So.
Or a quarterback that they believe in.
I'm not worried about the Bears.
No, I'm not either.
It's going to be a bludgeoning.
Oh, and that's fair. I know that's our default mode. Like we just 42-10.
I'm on that. But
we'll go through the circle of life, and we'll be back on the 42-10 thing. D-Mac, you brought up a great point.
37-13.
I hope it is. With 4 picks. Kendall Vildor, by the way, loading. Interception loading. Think of me.
Stand on business deal.
Think of me when it happens.
All day. We on that shit, man. We on it.
He's not even in the prop sheet, I bet, to have a pick.
No way.
I mean, I'm sure he will be this week. 'Cause he's going to be your starting quarterback.
Yeah, no choice.
D-Mac, you brought up a great point, something that I wanted to touch on a little bit more. The Lions' offensive line, and Spenny had a great line in here. Has the offensive line performance the last 2 weeks concerned you? And you alluded to it to some degree. And I think concern is a bit aggressive. I'm aware of it. I would say I'm aware of it. And the reason I am is you see the mileage adding up, right? Can we agree with that on
Yes.
Ragnow? Can we agree? And like, I'm never going to question Frank Ragnow. Never. Mm-hmm. He's the best center in the game. But he's not a robot. He's a human being.
Yeah, the short break has been detrimental to them.
No question. And like, we can do the do they need to expand the buys and all that? We can have that discussion at a later time. The answer is yes, by the way. Just cut the shit, go to 18 games and do 2 buys.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here? But D-Mac, you know who is acutely aware of their performance the last 2 weeks? The offensive line? You know who knows?
The offensive line. What are you thinking? And those are your dogs, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't those your leaders in this gold jacket loading Penei Sewell, who you see fires everybody up with the pregame speech before every game? Taylor Decker's there, Frank Ragnow, Glasgow, Zeitler, who you signed. Now, the one thing is, right, you're 14 games into the season. Are these guys a little, would you say, I mean, Penei's the youngest guy, but the other ones are long in the tooth a little bit. They played a lot of snaps in their career, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know what? Like, it's just might be part of that season where they had a little lull. But they're the leaders of that. Do we agree that offensive line is the leaders of this group, right? And what we've seen in the last few weeks isn't what we've seen, forget the defensive line because, the issues that are there. But the offensive line, they got to start pushing guys. What do we say, Neil, all year? The line moves. So there's nothing better than when you know that you've done it to yourself. That's the biggest thing. Anybody else, I don't think the Bills will play a better game, right, against anybody. That's their ceiling.
Correct.
For us, I give us a 7 because the offense was so good. Other parts of the game. But you can look into that game and say, this sucked, this sucked, this sucked. That's not Detroit Lions football. We still almost won. You got to tie that up with everything that you do. And I think that the mentality and the work and the tone. Neil, you love tone.
He does.
So the tone of this game and the tone of the games in the future is the beginning. So if you have the ball, it's punching them in the mouth. Things that we haven't done. The offense has not been up to standards the past few weeks. The running game has proven it. Now you lost Montgomery. You got to be even better for Gibbs because you cannot afford to lose him. So offensive line, the challenge is to you to lead this team. Now, I'm not worried about this week, right? I mean, I don't care who you have in the lineup. You go out with what the Bears, come on. Right, but it's moving forward and it's getting that confidence and getting back on track and dealing with the personnel that you're dealing with.
In the chat, Stephen Baffey, breaking news. Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears have filed suit against Neil Rule for slander.
Defamation.
Well, I have video evidence. See, that's the trump card there. I have video evidence. I would say, does this fit the description of a good quarterback? And the judge would be like, no, case dismissed. Yeah. That's how it would go. Spenny, I had a question for you. First off, I'm curious to get you're our offensive line and defensive line insider.
Yes.
That's the official insider of line play in football is Spencer Raxter. I would imagine you're feeling those vibes too about the way the offensive line's played.
Yeah, no, they played bad the past 2 weeks, and they know that. Like I said, Frank Ragnow, Graham Glasgow, those guys will be the first ones to tell you that they've had bad games. So I expect them to bounce back. I'm not worried about it. They've been the best unit in football for the past 2 years. So I expect them to get over this. And the Bears have a bad running defense, a bad rushing defense. So we should be able to go out there and dominate the line of scrimmage and have Jahmyr Gibbs have a big day. So. I'm not too worried about it, but yeah, you watch the tape. Ed Oliver dominated Graham Glasgow. He dominated Frank Ragnow in that game.
He was a beast.
Nobody could stop him, no matter who he lined up on. So there's nothing more to say because Hank Fraley is showing them that film. They've seen it. They know they got their ass whooped. They'll be the first ones to say it. They're going to go out there. They're going to be better. It's who they are.
I got another Lions question. I just got a text from Terry Foster, by the way. Bad news.
Can't show up?
Can't show up. He can't make it.
Damn.
I'm going to be out until after Christmas. So what we're thinking we're going to do is hang with us. When I get back after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's, and T-Foss said, that'll be about the time Black Santa brings the gifts anyway.
Yeah,
that's
true.
what he said.
That's
not my words. That's Terry Foster's words. You back it up, KG.
Yeah.
We may do a Black Santa recap. Is that fair?
Okay.
I mean, that's the best we can do for you.
How was his trip through the hood, man?
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. We'll do a Black Santa recap. So that's how we'll do it.
So everybody in the chat, hold your horses.
Everybody calm down.
Yeah,
I know
right.
you're
ready to get this shit off.
No one's more crushed than us.
No, that's a fact.
I'm not crushed. I'm happy. It is the most physically uncomfortable I am in my life.
It's okay. You got me here now. I'm here to police the chat.
No,
So,
thank you.
Yes.
Because that's what because the chat tends to feel themselves. Everyone starts out kind of timid, and then they kind of relax and they feel themselves a little too much. You know what I mean?
Too comfortable.
They get a little too comfortable, and I don't like it.
No, it's okay. We none of that this year.
Okay, that's it. So apologize. T-Foss sends his apologies. He knows. But we'll do the Black Santa recap. Don't think John effing Lord burn this chat to the ground. Yeah, sorry about that.
These things happen.
When we come back, though, I have a Lions question for you guys. And I guess it's trying to make some chicken salad out of chicken-ish. I guess that's the best way. I want to touch on Cade Cunningham, too, before the show is over.
Yes.
Tell about Mark White.
Shout out to Cade Cunningham. But first, let me tell you about Mark White. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, Mark White should be your first choice. He can save you up to $5,000 to your closing costs. Just visit markwhitesales.com or call 248-290-8242. Mark White will make sure you're in your dream home. D-Mac, what about the Salvation Army?
Absolutely, Spenny. The Salvation Army, when you give to the Salvation Army, your donation makes it possible to serve our community's most vulnerable. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. The Salvation Army of Metro Detroit's 2024 Red Kettle campaign's fundraising goal is $7 million. Your contributions will help provide love beyond Christmas to individuals in need of food, shelter, and compassion. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to donate.sagreatlakes.org today.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, or other family law issues, Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham will have your back. 10+ years of experience and 24/7 availability. Scan the QR code on the screen or call 248-971-0476. Say Woodward Sports sent you, and KDK will pay your filing fee. KDK Law, they've got your back.
All right, keeping it pushing. Coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We are squad deep in here today.
Squad.
See, KG, I told you,
What up?
John effing Lord in the chat. You see his message in there?
No, I didn't.
Go ahead, refresh that one. You know what? You don't have to,
Yeah, I was about to
because
say I don't see it.
I'm cutting it off. We're not going to talk about Newports and Hennessy.
Oh, yeah. That's
All
a
right.
no-go. John F. and Lord, you know better.
Thank you.
Yep.
See what I mean? That's what I'm talking about.
Watch your mouths. Watch your mouths. We calling out all bullshit.
That's right. Absolutely. No, Skydog. Black Santa is not in, quote, rehab. All right?
He's dealing with some things. He's not in rehab, though.
No. Figuring some things out.
Yeah. Trying to, get his bill situation sorted out.
Absolutely. Okay. Shane Daniel. No, his appearance in delivering gifts is not reliant on his tax refund.
It
okay?
might be. I can't even lie. It might be.
Come on, KG.
That's fair game on that one.
Anybody getting the free
game.
Fortnite checks? I got mine.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, if you spent money and bought skins on Fortnite, there's a thing you can go to and get, because the
Class action lawsuit?
class action
where?
lawsuit. Just look it up.
Why was there a class action?
Because it said the FDA won the lawsuit, saying that they were like pushing and kind of forcing people to buy skins and stuff. So if you ever bought skins on Fortnite, I got $150.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Yes.
Go get my check.
I don't play Fortnite. Losers. No,
Hey, you just got if you got your you got to have your Epic ID and you just sign it in, and if you purchase stuff on that account, you'll get the money.
All right, there you go.
Well,
pretty cool.
Looks like I'm getting some bread.
Josh Hatmaker, I know it's Lions talk, but I'd love to hear a quick word from Neil on Nate Steinwasser announcing his retirement, more specifically why he's the most important Detroit City FC player in club history. And D-Mac, Nate Steinwasser officially retired from Detroit City FC. Friend of the show, by the way. He's been on here many times.
Yeah, absolutely. We should.
Damn, bro.
We'll get him on.
We have to get him on. I mean, some of the what a career, what a legend.
No doubt.
Do they retire jerseys in soccer, or is there a Hall of Fame? Or
I don't know what the policy, like Detroit City's new.
If anybody should have their jersey retired for Detroit City, he would be one of them.
He would be one of them, no doubt about it.
Put it on the keyword wall, man. Why
no
not?
doubt. Shout out Nate, though, man. That's my guy. That's absolutely my guy. We'll get him on, and we'll talk about it.
I was at that last game of the season, man. It was tough to see them go out like that. So,
it was. Yeah. It absolutely was. Well, all things end badly, or else they don't end.
No, that's
true.
what
I found.
That is true.
I had a question for the room. The running back situation, obviously with David Montgomery out for the year. I will say this about it. If there was an easier one to deal with in terms of game plan and style, it's that, because, and I'm not saying that he's David Montgomery, but Craig
Reynolds, I was saying on the morning
that stylistically they're comparable.
Yes.
Is that fair?
Absolutely.
Fair. Craig Reynolds is a poor man's David Montgomery.
Yep. There
Craig.
you go.
Okay. So
no disrespect to Craig Reynolds.
No doubt.
And
friend of the show too. Craig, we've had Craig on before.
Yeah, no disrespect to Netflix, but losing David Montgomery sucks. It helps that you have a top 5 running back still. Like, you still have one of the top 5 running backs, arguably top 3 running backs in the NFL in your stable. So that one it's more emotional for me than it is impact-wise, because David Montgomery meant a lot for those guys, meant a lot for the team in the locker room, and it's sad because I love David Montgomery as a person. So seeing him go down like that is sad for me. More than it is, I think it's going to hamper the team as much. No disrespect again, but you've got Jahmyr Gibbs, who's a top 5 running back in the NFL, and Vaki and Reynolds will be able to do some things. Reynolds is going to be your guy you use in the 20 or inside the 20s, and
your
Gibbs
pinball
will be,
guy,
in between the 20s.
And right, Reynolds good picking up blocks.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest
I
losses.
think that's where you're going to see whatever it is, but him more, like you said, yes, he is your pinball. He runs hard. He is, like some people say, he's got to be fresh and stuff like this. But I look at him more in protection. I think Goff's arm, look what we see. I think that Ben Johnson's, opening it up a little bit, and in order for Jared Goff to do that, he's going to need just a hair more time.
Yeah, and I think you'll be surprised. Everyone thinks that this is just going to be, Jahmyr Gibbs 25 carries.
No, hell no.
Nothing will. I think his usage will remain the exact same.
I don't know about the exact
same-ish.
It'll be a slight uptick because he does need to not be your 3-down back, but he does need to be the main back in everything that you want to do. But I think people are sleeping on the Vaki factor. This is somebody that we was impressed with in the preseason. He can do a lot of the things that Jahmyr Gibbs can do in terms of catching passes out of the backfield. And if he makes a couple people miss, he can't hurt you. So I think he's going to be a vital part to this as well.
So he's got to play defense now, right?
I don't know. But they've used him primarily at the running back position, so I'm just speaking on him as a back. But you have help back there. It's not like, they can't get over this. But Jahmyr Gibbs, make no mistake, they need to lean on him a little bit more going forward.
Mm-hmm.
No, and that's
they're going to, for sure.
Yeah,
100% they will.
He's your bell cow now.
But I think Craig. People have fallen asleep on Craig Reynolds. They have.
I want to see Craig in the red zone. And I was saying that on the morning show. I'd much rather see Gibbs in the passing game in the red zone, maybe get him some kind of targets that way. But Craig needs to be your guy that's pushing the pile and trying to get across the goal line.
I personally would like to see Sion Vaki get more run than Craig Reynolds, but
I'm cool with both.
Craig he's a very serviceable back in the NFL. We've seen him go for over 100 yards before on a lesser team than what he has now.
You know what the beauty is? Who's scripting plays?
Yeah,
man, John.
Same dude.
Who know, right?
Yep.
Whether it is, I think you're right, Spenny.
Mm-hmm.
I think there'll be some Vaki packages. I think that, might use him or try to use different things. I think Ben Johnson goes back, watches the Buffalo game, and takes some things from Joe Brady. They're the Buffalo's offensive coordinator, just the way that they used, different sizes and got tight ends open through the middle and stuff like the way they got Ty Johnson out of the backfield. That's like some of those plays, like the natural pick play off the line with trips and right and like different things like that. Are these things that Ben Johnson would do? Dude, his bag's open.
For sure. And there were a lot of plays in that game that was Josh Allen being Josh Allen and like just standing there and then having an open running lane. So he steps up. Jack Campbell has to go account for him. And so he just throws it over Jack Campbell's head when he tries to make the break for him. So there were quite a few of those plays.
A lot.
Because that guy is just a freak of nature. Yeah. But they did do a great job at singling running backs on linebackers. And that's something that you could expect Jahmyr Gibbs to eat on if Ben Johnson implements it.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Guess who they're not playing this week? Josh Allen.
Yes.
the anti-Josh Allen. The opposite Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Right? So, Spenny, to your point, just to elaborate, because you got me thinking to the fact that, okay, if we can get into similar positions with Caleb Williams this week, he ain't going to be able to Josh Allen his way out of it. Or he's going to put the ball, up in the air, and there's your Vildor picks.
Yep. There it is. All right, let's take the break real quick, and then I want to touch on Cade Cunningham for a minute. Because I think the jury is back, and we will render their decision in a minute.
18 assists, another triple-double?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You're right. The jury's been out there. He's all-star.
Let the fans watch.
I will. If you come to Hayes Social like their father did before that. Hayes Social and the watch party. It's a match made in heaven. The post-game show with Steak and Anson is also there. This is all presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila. Make sure you come out and join us next week for the Lions game at Hayes Social. It's always a good time. Come out and have fun with us. It's the watch party and post-game show live at Hayes Social. Again, presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
The bad boys from the NFL are here. Your 2024 Detroit Lions are the hardest hitting, highest flying, trickiest playing, grittiest team in the NFL.
A dominant team.
Get all your coverage of your favorite team right here in your favorite network, Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for FeldmanAuto.com. That's right, there's 18 Feldman Automotive dealership locations around the Metro Detroit area. We know about Feldman Chevrolet and Novi because they're Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer and the nation's #1 EV dealer as well. But what if you want a Ford? What if you want a Kia? Whatever kind of car you want, go to FeldmanAuto.com. That is the play. They have the buying process down to a science, everyone. I got the keys to my car in about an hour and a half. They can do the same thing for you as well. Go to FeldmanAuto.com. Our final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, Spencer Raxter, KG et al., all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. I want to touch on this last night. What happened? The Pistons saw a 16-point lead slip away in the fourth quarter, but then were able to recover in overtime to get the win. And I think it's time to put this out there in this town right now because I'm not hearing it, I'm not seeing it, and I'm not feeling it. But, D-Mac, the bottom line is this. Cade Cunningham's a primetime player in the NBA. Period, end of story. I will take no further questions about it. I don't understand what more this man has to do. I don't know what else there is left for him to prove to people out there. You see what happens? He had some shooters out there with him, and look what happened last night. He was immaculate. That was a star game. That was a star-level game. And I just... The whole questioning of Cade Cunningham, I'll never understand, D-Mac. He's him.
You know what I like?
He's him. That's the guy that this franchise needs is Cade Cunningham. Real talk.
And getting stronger.
That's
getting
it.
stronger. Like,
Getting better.
It's not like why I can, and I was always a K guy, but it's always okay. We need to see more. We need to see more duration, but it's now it seems like he's getting comfortable into that role of being that guy, figuring it out. I think he's gotten stronger and stronger. Shout out to Tim Hardaway Jr. for hitting some shots.
Yep.
Especially down late, Beasley. But again, Neil, and that goes too, like we're talking about, it's influencing the rest of the team. But he's just continuing to do Cade things.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Like you said that. What did you say? And I always go back to this. When you covered him for Oakland when he was in college, he knows
he'll make the basketball play.
Make the basketball play, and everybody around him seems to get better. That's what we're seeing now too, right? Like that's what hitting shot. You know, that there's a confidence level, and I see that. I think it's a comfortability that he's coming into his own.
I want people to understand what happened out there last night. Yet another triple-double, had a career-high 18 assists with 20 points, 11 rebounds, 3 of 6 from behind the three-point line. He's touching 40%. Basically, from behind the three-point line, he's raised the game, and it needs to be brought up.
I don't think of him as a three-shooter.
He is.
No,
he is.
No, but I don't like. You know what I mean?
Naturally, he's not one, but he developed into one.
But that's what I'm saying is that now he's legitimately. You can call him a shooter at three if he's close to 40%, but that shows you the evolution also of his game as he had to work on. What is the one thing you always like complained about other top guys? Oh, they don't have this in their game. They don't have that. He's triple doubles and developing that 40% from three. Like that's your leader. Like I said, like dude, that game was awesome. You know what I mean? Like, and they're still doing those things, but I'm watching them compete, and it's just so refreshing.
Real cream of wheat. Cade's still not getting the whistles, though. NBA is so rigged.
Yeah.
There's a process to that.
Yep, he's got to be an all-star first.
So
there's
Neil,
a process.
So is he about? Is that next year? Is it the end of this year?
No, he's an all-star this year.
When he plays in the All-Star game this year, then that process will start to take care of itself.
Then we'll see more after this.
I just want it out there that there are no more questions about him. None. I will take no further questions.
It's indefensible at this point.
At the very least, he's a top 5 guard in the East. He's top 3 in triple doubles in the NBA behind Jokic and LeBron. Like, the guy is playing at an elite level. It's the playmaking, it's the shooting, it's creating his own offense and creating offense for others, and he is an elite defender in the NBA. He should be on an all-NBA team at the end of this year. He's definitely going to make the all-star team. I love it, man. It's so awesome to see him go out there and command this team like he has been, and he hasn't had over 5 turnovers in his past 3 games.
I love it.
So that is huge.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the process too. It's like you just don't walk into this league with the ball in your hand all the time and don't turn it over. They do defend, contrary to popular opinion.
If you look at the usage rate and turnover percentage of Cade Cunningham compared to the other guys who share the same usage rate, it's right on par.
And most of his turnovers come from double teams.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
It just is what it is.
All right, that'll do it, everybody. Oakland, Michigan State, LCA tonight. I'll be on the radio call.
What's top 5
for it.
tomorrow?
Top 5 Christmas gifts you didn't get but you wanted.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There you go. All right, for DMAC, KG, Spencer Ratcher, I'm Neil Rule. Thanks for tapping in. Well, see you later.